So I just couldn't understand how, after all this, bro, go out like this, man. It just really don't make sense. Really don't make sense.
I've learned so much about myself with you. You've been my turn up and my church. I wouldn't want to go through this journey with anyone but you.
She is just not understanding the whole process, and she's seeking for guidance and for answers. And she needs to understand that these answers are not going to be arriving anytime soon. It's going to take time to heal, and it's going to take time to understand. You're surrounded by a lot of greed, and it's saying you should be careful of these things because of the people who are around you can not cause harm, but influence you in a way. Whatever she puts her efforts into, she will definitely have success. But it does show like that there's a guy already present around her, showing himself as a friend, and is someone who is in the industry or wants to develop himself on a greater scale in the industry. And this person is coming out as being someone who's fake and can actually make her fall for him, even though he's gonna be acting and just playing around. She's also being involved or is surrounded by people that is either fake or just greed as fuck, because that's exactly what it shows in the reading. But it does show that she's a very respectable, honored woman, and not only beautiful in the outside, but beautiful in the inside as well. It shows itself as both being a human, a person, and also having this greater spiritual power that is not normal. It's something that it's transferred to the body of someone specifically, because this is a person that is actually in charge of either a company or a group of people, or I don't even know what it is, but it is very powerful. And it also shows someone that has a spiritual power of a level that influences people's mind, and it's also part of the media, asking why didn't the Nation of Islam provide him security. I don't know much about this topic, but I'm gonna respond to this comment based on the card that I got. And the first information that I have, it says referring to Nipsey, will be, you are at a crossroads but are at a standstill because you have become stuck on the material plane and are neglecting your spiritual development. You may be in denial about your real needs, which could be causing depression, dissatisfaction, or apathy. Whatever it is, however we want to define what is that power that brought down Nipsey, it describes itself as something that creates wrongs, losses, disappointments, and hurts. It's a symbol of a state of mind that is dwelling on a painful past and refusing to look forward to a positive future. It's a state of mind, it's the influence in your behavior. It's something that has the power to attach people to pain. Sometimes you have to be a filter from the information that you get when you do tarot readings. Not because you want to hide stuff, but because you also want to protect yourself. You have to be aware that the information you're leaving out to the world is also referring to an energy that doesn't want to be recognized or talked about. If you guys want me to do readings for some specific people, dead, alive, or even yourself, just put your comments down below and I'm gonna be selecting topics from there and just making new videos out of your suggestions. You can also check my Instagram account, which sometimes I share a little bit more information over there regarding my new readings, and I also read random people. And her name is Tanisha. I'm gonna put a picture of her over here. And the first thing that shows for her, and this has to do a lot about either her family or relationship, it says that there's a delay or an obstacle that it's standing in the way of achieving the happiness you long for. Circumstances beyond your control may be the cause, and at the moment there's nothing you can do but to keep a positive attitude. So it's saying that whatever it is that you're going through, it shows like there's a storm going through in your personal life, in your emotional life, and it says that you should keep it quiet. Don't get too crazy about it. It's gonna be a phase, it's gonna be a moment which you're gonna be learning from as well, but there's some suffering going on. Learn from it and make sure it doesn't happen again. You're gonna get well after this. A little bit about Nipsey's mother, Angelique Smith, and there's a couple of things that came out for her, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna make sense for her and those who are around her. So you have to listen to this and listen very closely. It says that the person loses his aggressiveness and becomes passive about a situation that requires action. It suggests that you are delaying doing what is necessary, perhaps neglecting paperwork or communication. So there's a need for you to do some paperwork, but at the same time, it shows like you were very aggressive at one point, but after whatever is happening now, which we already know, you became very passive about the situation and you're taking it through a positive attitude. It also says that you have to confront some paperwork. It's saying that you're transforming into something else, which is good. You're going through a phase that is going to change you as a person, which is something that we all need after having a great loss. But it's also saying that you have a lot of knowledge about what happened and why this happened to Nipsey. You took things the way you did because you are aware of a greater perspective. This lady cannot be influenced, bought, or be mentally damaged by whatever force took Nipsey. It shows a strong woman, very well protected by something that she believes in and that she puts energy to. The other comment that I got from you guys was telling you a little bit more about his daughter. Her name is Emily, and the information that I got from her, even though she's very young, it's that she's going through a lot of pain. It says that you are in the first stage of recovery, whenever from emotional upheaval or physical illness. You are resting and taking the time out to think things through. I believe this child will be protected by Nipsey's spirit and that his aura will be around her, guiding her and protecting her, which is something that shows in the cards. It also says that she is going to change because of this, but only to make her stronger. Her perspective as a person will be defined based on this loss at one point. Explain how you take the information from the dead. Basically what I do is a normal tarot reading, but instead of having someone on the phone or in person, I ask for the spirit to give me permission to talk to him or to her. And if it comes out as a yes, then I wrote down the questions on paper, and based on the questions, I threw the cards. And when I see the cards, I define them. And that way, I define the answer to those questions. That's exactly the way I do it when I do readings for people as well, like living people. I can mold the answer, but I can't change it because it's based on the specific card. So whatever I share with you guys in a reading is based on the card, not my personal opinion. So, talking about being able to be saved, I think he was saved. I think that whatever happened to him physically was because he was making a good decision, because he was trying to do good. So even if he physically was stopped, because there's a lot of stuff that we still don't know and we're not able to understand, in a spiritual way, he won. There was another psychic doing a reading, and it was mentioned that he was against a corporation, or a corporation saw him as an enemy, and that's the reason he was taken down. This corporation, it is either in the media industry or is very connected to the media industry, because it shows like this entity, this power, this group, or this corporation has the ability to introduce ideas to great masses of people. So you have to define that yourself, but based on this card, it has both a normal side and a spiritual side to it. Says that this person might be feeling unwanted, stressful, or unpleasant. This person is being transferred across the country when he rather stay put. It's also telling that this person should be aware of what he's getting involved with. Relationships, marriage, business partnership, and family may suffer because of their decision to get away from this that makes you feel so unpleasant. This card, if I was reading it to someone who was alive, would be me telling the person, go with the flow, because you are gonna get in trouble if you get away from this. You're already too involved and you're compromised about his brother Samuel. And the first thing that I have to tell to him, Samuel, it shows like there's a woman around you and she's taking a lot of control over your situation. It says literally that she can represent a powerful woman who demands control over your affairs in return for her advice, support, and financial assistance. She wants to control social situations for her own advantage. It advises you to avoid giving offense to the socially powerful, and to be aware of deception, greed, and jealousy. Just like with Loudon, it shows a lot of people with power around you, but a lot of people that they want to deceive you, and there's a specific woman that you have to be aware of. You're trying to plan ahead just in case some things change. But it also says that you shouldn't fear anything related to material. You shouldn't be overthinking the loss or how is this gonna work out. It shows like there's gonna be opportunities, and you have to lose yourself a little bit. There's a lot of fear in this area, and it doesn't show like it's something positive for you. You may as well be merely comfortable where you are. Your fixed attitude, however, may be limiting you and blocking new opportunities. So don't overthink anything. Be open to opportunities, but be very aware of who you do business with. There's something that I need you guys to understand, and is there's things that we don't understand because we don't have the information, because a lot of things kept hidden for us, and I hope that eventually people will have access to that. There's a lot of things that we can do as person. There's a hidden government. There's many secrets in this world. When you tap into these things that I practice, and you can practice as well, you tap into a different kind of information that helps you view the world in a different way. And when you ask this question about this group pay for what they did, it goes deeper than just merely a group. It's something that is built from the ground, like the roots of a tree. So it's not as easy as a group of people that can be targeted. And I think the main reason why I have to be careful about the information that I share is because I'm tapping myself into things that could get me in danger. So I have to be aware of the way I define things, because I don't want to make enemies either. I want to share the information with you guys while being careful about myself as well. So I always ask my people to always keep me in their prayers and understand there's a possibility to anything. And in that big realm of ideas, you have to be careful of the people that you talked about, especially in these kind of formats, because a lot of people see this more than you think, and some of them, they're not going to be happy about it. I think something wasn't happy with the first video, but I went along and I made this second video because I believe that what I do is good and my intentions are positive. If you are interested in me doing a reading for you, or someone that you know, your businesses, or someone or a topic that you need more information about, go to my Etsy.com website or email me directly. The information is going to be down below, and I'm going to give you more details about the service, how much I charge. If you have any ideas or suggestions on making this channel stronger or better, I would really appreciate if you share your ideas with me. Like I said, my email is going to be down below, so you can just send me an email and I will definitely be replying back as soon as I can. Love you guys, take care, keep me in your prayers. A little bit on this side, the left side. I've been having problems walking too, but they just gave me therapy right now.
And tap into your spirituality. My church is Krst, K-R-S-T. They teach African spiritual science, okay? And that's where I get my strength from. And as Black people, I want to encourage you to go back to your roots and find your creator and find your power, your spiritual power. And then when the spirits talk to you, when the LAPD told me that it was Nipsey Hussle that had been shot, my spirit said, oh, that's what it was, because I already knew it.